Good evening and welcome to Plume Academy Year 10 Information Evening. It's an absolute pleasure to host this event this evening, and you will have myself presenting the presentation to you, and Mr. Stoneman is also here and will be able to answer any questions you may have about the presentation. So the Year 10 pastoral team has stayed consistent with myself as Head of Year 10 and Mrs. Slade as Assistant Head of Year 10. And we've also stayed pretty consistent with our tutors, where we've had Mr. Barker, we've got Mr. Anakamaya, Miss Thorne, Mr. Stevenson, Mr. Botha, Mrs. Hitchens, Mr. Barton, Mrs. Cressell, Mr. Davis and Miss Parry. Now, here are all the email addresses as well for you, and you're welcome to email the tutors regarding the students in their tutor group. But like I said before, you've also got Mrs. Slade as the Assistant Head of Year 10 and myself as well. Now, what a positive start we've had to the year. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I personally have absolutely loved being back in, ready for the year ahead and seeing all the students again, ready for their Key Stage 4 Gcse studies. And there's been smiles all around the academy, and there's a real buzz around the academy, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves and raring to go for the year ahead. We've had achievement points rolling in, so that's just showing and showcasing the amount of good work that our students in Year 10 are doing, and it's very pleasing to see that their motivation is still there to get those achievement points and achieve well. Club attendances has been absolutely fantastic. Our extracurricular program is well underway, with a full complement of clubs from our faculties. And like I said, the attendance is very high from our Year 10 students. It's great to see that they're having a positive contribution to the wider school community. We've also had events, live events, for the first time in a couple of years, with awards evening last Thursday, and that was fantastic to see the students coming up and receiving their awards with support from parents and carers, trustees, staff, and the family and friends of our guest speakers, Honey Locke and Mrs. Kleinman. Me and Mrs. Slade also had the pleasure of going to see our D of E students this weekend. We just got there after they'd finished their long walk, and they were setting up their tents and cooking their meals for the evening. And it was a great atmosphere where students, yes, they were tired, but they're all really happy, and there was such a positive environment around the camp. So we move on to learnability. Now, this is a concept that was introduced over the last couple of years, and it's a process by which students acquire and assimilate knowledge, concepts and attitudes in order to make sense of the world. Learnability is a standardized skill set or set of learning behaviors which enables great learning to take place. The development of these underlying fundamental skills is critical to your progress and learning success. Successful learners at Plume Academy have clear ownership and responsibility for their own learning and demonstrate fantastic learnability. It's important to reflect on the characteristics of outstanding learning and our learners to attempt to emanate them on a daily basis in order to learn, achieve and thrive. And staff are there to help you to adopt this learnability, and it's something that has really motivated our learners, and we also use it in our reporting process. So what are the characteristics of outstanding learning? Well, students need to be resilient, work beyond their comfort zone, rise into challenges and making a personal commitment to develop understanding. Okay, and that's really key. The GCSEs, you are going to be out of your comfort zone. Some of you are studying new subjects and new material, but you have to be put out of your comfort zone to actually learn, and adopting this learnability is going to help you with that. You're able to relate ideas to previous knowledge and real life, seek patterns and underlying principles, inspire and support the learning of others, check evidence and relate it to conclusions, examine logic and argument critically and cautiously, and students review their learning regularly. And you review the learning yourself before you submit the work, and you review the learning with your teachers as well when you're sort of seeing the marks on your homework, your coursework and your classwork. So how can we succeed at Plume Academy and in your GCSE studies? Well, we need to firstly be in lessons, and thankfully we're back in lessons, live lessons at the Academy, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to the year ahead, continuing to be inside the Academy. You need to be organised and self-motivated, determined and proactive, highly effective independent learners, and you need to eliminate the barriers to success. Okay? But you need to work hard and you need self-discipline. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be worth it. You've got your GCSEs now, you're in them, it is a step up, but you can do it. Okay? Learn, achieve and thrive. If there's any issues, please don't hesitate. You need to liaise with your teachers, the Plume staff. You need to liaise with Mrs. Slade, Assistant Head of Year, myself as Head of Year. Ask the questions, because the only stupid question is the ones that aren't asked. So reporting progress, like I said, Learnability, we use it in our reporting process, and it will continue to be based around the core principles of learnability. Okay, learning in class, attending and learning at home with your homework and your revision we'll talk about later on, but it's already started. You need to be revising consistently throughout your GCSE courses. You need to make sure you're equipped to learn and you're organised and ready to learn. The presentation of your work needs to be top notch with books, and books are a reflection of your learning and the pride of your work as well. You need to be accurate, pay attention to detail, because that's all going to be really important when you look back at it, and review and improve your work as well. It engages and hopefully you seek feedback, because your teachers, like we've said, are there to help you. So we talk a lot about minimum expected grades, or MEGs or MGs. Now, the minimum expected grade is exactly what it says. And students' minimum expected grades are the minimum that they should achieve if they were to apply themselves with the minimum amount of additional work completed. Every student should look to achieve more than their minimum expected grade, because it is a minimum. And when I look at the data now, I can see that a lot of you are very, very close to your minimum expected grades. And what you don't do is think, right, I'll sit back, I'm there now, I'm cruising, I'm doing the minimum amount and I'm nearly there. What you should do is strive to succeed, to really get as best grade as possible, because that's really going to help you later on. So you need to be in lessons, you need to be organised and self-motivated, determined and proactive, highly effective independent learners. Okay, and we need to eliminate the barriers to success. All of these help towards and work towards a student looking to exceed and achieve more than their minimum expected grade. So looking here, we continue to use the new grade instructor, or current grade instructor, that you've been used to throughout your whole school career, with the numbering system from U or ungraded all the way up to 9. And we've just got a comparison here. So a 4 is a pass. Okay, 4 and above is a pass, and a 5 and a 6 is those good passes. But we want you to achieve as best a grade possible at the end of year 11 in your GCSE exams. Okay, so like we said, strive to succeed and ask for help and advice when you need it. Getting ahead and helping students go beyond. So GCSEs, what to expect? What to expect? Well, you've started. We are halfway through our first half term, and you're now used to a variety of deadlines and assessments for your subjects. You should know exactly what your subject entails, because you've watched the options videos back in year 9 when you were deciding what GCSEs you wanted to do. And now you've had 4 weeks in school, and you should know exactly what the course entails. You've had some deadlines already with homeworks. you may have had some assessments as well in those subjects. More challenging and accurate end of unit tests. You'll have noticed, like I said, there's a step up in how tough the course is, and you know that tests and your end of unit assessments are more challenging. Preparation for linear assessments, so GCSEs, they're linear assessments that you're going to sit at the end of year 11, and you may well have some coursework elements to those courses as well. Your consultation evening is Thursday the 3rd of March. That's year 10 consultation evening, where yourselves and parents and carers can speak to your teachers about your progress. That doesn't mean to say we have to wait till then. You yourselves as students can ask for help and speak to your teacher, and if need be, parents and carers can contact teachers or contact myself and Mrs. Slade as well. And there will be regular, as always, regular report analysis where that will be sent out each term. Year 10 form time. Now this is an overview, and form time, we don't waste form time. It is a timetabled lesson where we will be completing work. Now from year 7 to year 9 in Key Stage 3, PD was an hour on the curriculum, okay, on your timetables. But now, because you've opted for your GCSEs, we use this time in form times to deliver the PD curriculum. So on a Monday, we start the week, we look at our checks, we make sure you're ready to learn, and we may also deliver our personal development program on the Monday. A Tuesday, we'll continue to do this and use that for PD time and liaising with Mr. Cooper, who is our PD lead. On Wednesdays, we will have assembly this year, a little bit different to last year, but we'll have assemblies on the Wednesday, and that will touch upon key information that we need to deliver to the year group. Thursday will also be a personal development day where we'll complete that work, and students have now got their booklets that they'll be working through each week and each PD session. And on Friday, we are keeping with the quiz, where a weekly quiz, and we'll do that competition again where tutor groups will compete against each other to get the most points throughout each term, and there will also be prizes as well. Key dates for your diary. Now, these key dates are on the calendar, but here are some key dates for our Year 10 students, parents and carers. So on September the 23rd, there was Year 7 to 10 awards evening. That rolled over from last year, that was completed then. Today, we've obviously got our Year 10 information evening. On November the 4th, work experience parent information evening, which will be led by Miss Meltzer. On March the 3rd, as I said, it'll be Year 10 parents evening. March the 17th, we'll be doing a careers fair. June the 13th to June the 24th will be our preliminary assessments. On July 14th, we will have this academic year's Year 7 to 10 awards evening. I really look forward to presenting our amazing students with those awards. So keep striving, keep working really, really hard, and we'll hope to see you there on July 14th. July the 11th to the 22nd, that is when work experience will take place, and more information about the work experience and a time frame of which students will be completing that will be coming to you very soon. Assessments and exams. So what is it and what exam board? Like I said, you should have lots of information about and knowledge about your courses now from being at school for the past few weeks. And like I said, we're halfway through that first term now, so we're really settling into our courses. You should know the information about the percentage of external assessments, coursework, and how your courses are made up. If you don't, please talk to your teachers, and you should be well underway anyway of talking through exactly what you need to do to be successful in those courses. How long? So how long you're spending on each area within the course, how long you've got to exams, how long you've got for your homeworks. Ask the questions, how long you've got to complete the coursework, and what what makes up that coursework as well, if your course has that coursework. And how many papers the subject may have. So up from me myself personally teaching PE, there are 2 papers in the AQA PE assessment. So ask the questions you probably know already. If you don't, then ask the teacher about the structure of it and how many there are. Now, to do exams, obviously we need to revise. Now, revision doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to worry you, because if you're organised and if you've got those skills, which we are there to help you with, revision can be fun and it is definitely worthwhile. So, like I said, I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but if you revise, if you apply yourself, if you're organised, if you've got great learnability, it is definitely going to be worth it. So when should you start revision and other revision questions answered? So when should you start it? You should start it now. Okay, in a minute I'm going to show you a timetable of extra sessions from different faculties, and there is all the help you need throughout the year to start your revision. And it might not be starting revision as a traditional exercise like you think of. It might just be catching up on that work you might have missed because you're away. It might be that you didn't get a homework, or you didn't understand a homework, and you'll go into those catch-up sessions just to get some assistance. But of course, it might be that you are there and you're revising for your end of year 10 exams. So what we've got, I know this is quite small, but here's all the information from the working week, Monday to Friday, and what sessions from each faculty is on at lunchtime and after school. Okay, so we have lots of lunchtime sessions available for students to go and catch up, do some more work, ask questions, and do that revision like we said. And then we've got after school sessions as well. Now on Mondays, that's staff meeting days, so there are no sessions planned for Monday after school, but every other day we've got lots and lots of sessions available. I'm just going to leave this up there for a second, just so you can take in the information. But if you do have any questions, please speak to the particular faculties that you take courses with, and they'll be able to answer any questions for you and tell you exactly when these sessions are and what is going to happen during these sessions. So here we have a standard revision timetable. If you look at this, we've got the academy day, and we've got every other spare bit of time that really consists of your conscious hours. Okay, and we've gone up to 10 o'clock, because if you're working too late and your brain's working quite hard, that might disrupt your sleep. So we've gone up to 10 p.m, but you can see that the academy day is actually quite a small amount of the time where you're consciously and you're awake. Okay, so there is time after school, and there is all this time at the weekend that you can plan your revision timetable, plan when you do your work. And some of you may even have a really, really good routine at the moment that you're sticking to and that works for you. Okay, this doesn't mean I'm telling you to block out all of this time for revision, not at all. You may have other commitments, you've got family commitments, you need your downtime, you need time to eat, you may be part of a club of some sort, you may play football or another sport that takes up a lot of time on the weekends, especially Saturdays and Sundays, that you've got to work around. But if you've got a timetable such as this, you can include all that time in, and if you're organised, you're definitely going to be more motivated to complete your schoolwork and complete your revision as well. So here is an example for you. We've got your academy day, your school day. We've put some downtime in here on Monday to Friday. Some of you do prefer to do work in this time because you feel that you're still in that mood for working straight after the academy day. And then we've got our evenings. And like I said, you have got family and social time. Okay, you've got your relaxation time, you've got your club training, or at the weekends when you play the matches maybe. Okay, all that time can be put in there as well. But we've also got your homework. Okay, you know when you get your homework, you know exactly when you get your homework because it's set on Show My Homework, and parents and carers can also access that as well. Okay, so you will get a timetable such as this. Okay, that will be sent to you electronically if you haven't got one already, and you'll be able to fill that out and hopefully start or continue to be organised with that. When we are revising, different people have their favoured ways of doing revision. Now, what you can do is condense notes. So you may have all your exercise books where you've got all your work in and all your homework. But when you're revising, you may need to condense that down into smaller notes that you're more motivated to look through. You may have flashcards that give that pose questions. Okay, so for example, what is a storm surge? That may just spark that memory from that lesson, and you're able to answer that, and it's posing the question, it's making you think about it. You might have information, apologies, it's a bit blurry, on a subject material, so cardiovascular endurance or PE, and you've got some information on that, some more information about how it's tested, and maybe linking it to specific sports, and you can do that with any subject as well. You might just have key information and key definitions, key facts about certain things, and for example this one's in maths. You've got so many online resources now, and I spoke to you in depth about how I didn't have that as when I was a student, predominantly worked out of exercise books and textbooks, but now you've got such a vast array of resources online that can help you. And you've got different specific websites for your subjects as well. So you've got Hegarty Maths, Seneca, Everlearner is used in PE, and other subjects have their specific areas as well. If you don't know where these are as well, you can always ask your teachers for some guidance of where to go. Okay, reminders about the right questions. So thinking about exams, what do you need to take on a day? Thinking about the school day, what do you need to take on that particular day? What books do you need? What equipment do you need? Things like that. What strategies are helping you the most? And what additional support do you need? Okay, so for example, this additional support is given in revision sessions and support from staff. Now you've got that revision session timetable that will be printed, and it will be up in your tutor rooms as well, so you can see that. If you think, oh, I'm not sure what's on today, I'll have a look at that. Oh, I see that there's art support session. I'll go up and see Mr. Flower and the team up there to complete work, or as we've said, support and asking questions all the time. And are you getting the right balance? That's where those revision timetables come into play. It's essentially a calendar and an organizer for you. It doesn't have to be solely a revision timetable. It's you organizing yourself that you've got enough time and the appropriate amount of time for revision, but also the appropriate amount of time for you to have your downtime, spend time with your friends and family as well. So what's the correct daily routine? Now this is different for everybody. Okay, so I'm going to show you one, but it might not necessarily not work for you. But some of the things on there have proven to be very, very beneficial. Okay, so do you need to adjust your daily routine to ensure you are ready to commence your studies at Plume Academy and your Gcse studies as well? So here's an example. So setting the correct daily routine for successful learning. Well, it goes without saying, you need an early night. You need your 7 to 9 hours sleep. Okay, that's vital because you need to rest, and it's vital for learning, and it's vital for your memory. You need to set everything out the night before, so be organised. There's nothing worse than panicking in the morning to get organised, or even thinking you're organised and thinking everything's there, but actually getting to school and you've forgotten something. So check it and organise the night before, and you can check it in the morning as well. Make sure, please, that you drink throughout the day as well. Bringing a bottle of water, filling it up at the appropriate times, yes, but you need to be drinking water throughout the day. Set an alarm. Okay, it's down to you to set an alarm. I know many of you wait for parents or carers to wake you up, but you know, we're getting to that age now that you need to take responsibility for yourself and set your own alarm and get up. You may well have a shower to get you ready for the day, and you definitely need to eat breakfast. Okay, fuel your body with healthy food. Eating breakfast has, and it is proven to improve your concentration, alertness, comprehension, memory, and learning. Okay, you must eat something. It's fuel. It gives you energy. Many times I see people walking around. I'm like, "You okay? Oh, I'm a bit tired." Well, you know, have you eaten properly? And quite a lot of the time, oh no, I haven't really eaten today. So that's really important. And being punctual. Okay, give yourself enough time to get into the academy. Give yourself enough time to get to lessons on time. Okay, always check to see if you've got everything, and leave on time to get to the academy at the right time, and then you're ready to go. You won't be panicking because you're late. And arrive, be positive. Like I've said at the start, I walk around the academy all the time, and 99% of the time I see a year 10 student and they're looking positive, they've got a smile on their face, and they look like they're enjoying themselves. So please, this isn't me telling you, oh, you need to be positive. It's me telling you, continue to be positive, because you've been absolutely brilliant for the last few weeks. Okay, so that brings the presentation nearly to an end, and myself and Mr. Stoneman will be around to answer all your questions, and we'll be around for the full allocated time for this evening. But afterwards, if you've forgotten something, then please don't hesitate to email myself at s.meadows@plume.essex.sch.uk or Mrs. Slade, c.slade@plume.essex.sch.uk. So thank you very much for listening and sending in your questions. Like I said, myself and Mr. Stone will be here to answer your questions for the remaining time. Thank you very much, and take care.